Hi everyone, it's Wild 94.9, the Bay's #1 hit music station. My name is Crystal Rosas, and we are sitting with the Gabbie flippin' Hanna right now. Gabbie Hanna, thank you
I think that's
so
what
much.
you said too. It was so cute.
Yeah, I want to say a bad word, but like sometimes I get in trouble for saying bad words
Right,
here.
right,
So
radio, right.
okay, let me just start off by saying thank you so much for coming on. I have been a fan since the Vine days, so I'm so excited that I'm here talking to you. And I know that you've been really open about mental health. I've gone through things this year too. I think we all have. How are you feeling right now?
Honestly, right now I'm solid, which is great to say. I took a little break from social media, had a reset, and now I'm just like doing everything that I love. I'm hanging out with my cats, I'm putting out music, I'm putting out my book, and it's like everything's happening at once. So right now I always say September is thrive season, and September has been thrive season.
Oh, you said that you're coming out with your book. You just had your book that came out,
Adult
Adult
lessons came out in
Lessons, Adult
yeah.
Lessons.
And
And
my next book comes out on October 13th, but it's on pre-order right now. So anybody listening,
oh snap! I'm sorry, I must have missed that. Can you tell us about that before we get to your music?
oh, sure. It's just a follow-up to the first book. Only this one, the first one was more of like a Shel Silverstein parody. This one is actually a lot more serious, and I get really in depth with some really kind of heavy topics, but still keep it light, keep it playful. It's one of those books that you can just open up to any page and enjoy. So I'm very excited about it, and I hope everybody loves it.
Oh my goodness, are you drawing in it too? Or is it
Oh
just
yeah,
where this?
I illustrated it.
Oh
Yeah,
oh my gosh, cool.
I
That's
have to
really
send you one.
yes, I need one. I really want one. So
Please
I'm totally
email me after we're done here so I can put you on the PR and send you a copy.
yes, absolutely.
Of
So
course.
the reason we're talking today is because your song "Call Me Crazy" is out, and we're gonna premiere it tonight for our Wild
Yes!
Night
I'm
TikTok.
so excited. You have no idea how cool it is as an independent artist who like doesn't really have like connections like that to just be on the radio and hear your song on the radio. It feels so good. So thank you so much for shining a light on a little independent artist. Honey, you're a little
Sorry.
frozen. There you are. Okay, we're back.
Okay. No, yeah, for real. I mean, I loved your songs already from the first night you came out, and your videos, you put so much passion into them. Like I was like, dang, if I were to do a music video like this, it would go all out like Gabbie does.
You got
And I
it.
have yes. So it's really great to see. It's really inspiring to see. And I know the way of writing this song was definitely different than the way of writing for other songs. But why do you feel like this song is such a big deal? I mean, it hit #4 on iTunes, right?
Yeah, which is super exciting because it's also my first alternative song. It's just, I don't know, I feel like I really found myself on this one and really stepped out of myself and let loose. And I kind of reached this point where I feel like I was, even though I thought I was confident, I was pretty insecure, especially when it came with my music, especially when it came to, dancing or expressing myself in a way that wasn't just this, pretty internet girl, because I'm always comparing myself like we all are to looking a certain way, posing a certain way. And then I just kind of leaned into the fact that I'm just not a super sexy person. I'm not self-deprecating. It's just not my thing. So it was just fun to like let loose and jump around and let my body and my face do whatever. And I feel like I finally found myself as an artist in this song and video. So I feel like people felt that, and maybe that's why.
I did feel that. I know what you're saying because I was trying to like see what kind of inspiration did she get from this, because we're around the same age. And when I was looking at the video, I saw kind of Paramore in there a little bit. I saw My Chemical Romance a little bit. Who else could you say helped to inspire this song?
That's so funny because when I was when you send directors and producers your references, because you're trying to describe to them the feeling and the energy, I was sending a Taking Back Sunday video, a My Chemical Romance video, a Paramore video, and I was saying,
Oh.
this energy, I want this early 2000s punk rock nostalgia, because that's what I grew up on. 30 Seconds to Mars, Panic at the Disco, those are my references.
Oh yes, it gave me like All American Rejects, Ashley Simpson, like that whole thing. And I was like,
Yes,
yeah.
fuck yeah. And a lot of the comments were saying too, like, this is so early 2000s. I feel like this is so nostalgic, and it's exactly what I wanted. So my producer absolutely crushed it. Video director absolutely crushed it.
And how do you network with these people? Where do you meet these people from?
I just kind of, well, Hawk, he's my video director. I was a fan of him since I was 15 years old, and then finally just kind of had the balls to reach out to him because he has a production company and I love his work. And I said, would you like to work on something? So I hired him and his production team. My music producers were actually linked up through just a mutual friend who's in music distribution. And he said, I have these two badass women. I really think you'd like writing with them. And I did. And now I really don't work with anybody else music-wise right now.
You know, I can't tell because I feel like I didn't know that that's how you met these people, but I fell in this video, like the cinematography of it, like when you guys are going from different rooms. I was like, how do they, that's hella cool. Like, I don't know how they did that, but that's lit.
Brilliant. That was all separate takes. Like
oh, yes. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so we did one room at a time because those rooms were actually not next to each other. They were spread out across the lot. So we had to like splice them together. Yeah.
Wow, that looked so great. And that's so funny that you say that because when I started off in radio, I looked at you and your story times and I was like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to stop me from doing that. So I didn't get to explore that box. But like now I don't know how we're like talking to each other, interviewing each other. I just think that you and what you're doing by stepping out of the box that people try to put you in is so inspiring. What is the hardest part about doing that?
First of all, you're so sweet and I'm obsessed with you. Like your energy is just giving me everything. Imagine just kind of a comfy 9-to-5 day job and then that person quits to follow their dream. And that's basically what I'm doing, is saying goodbye to this thing that for the last 6 years of my life was really a big part of my life. It's what I spent all of my time and energy on. It's what I was focusing on growing. And then I built this big, powerful thing. And now I'm basically saying goodbye to that. I'm not doing that anymore. Let me start over from square one. So right now I'm in this position where I feel like I gained a lot of success in one thing and now I'm starting over as essentially a nobody. And that's scary.
It's not really nobody, just a nobody in this world of, like,
yeah. Obviously and everybody's a somebody, but in terms of the music industry, like my phone's not ringing yet, Except for Wild 94.9. Thank you.
Great. So cool. I was keeping up with your stuff and I know it's hard to be a person, and I've loved you, like I said, from the Vine days, and so it sucks when I see people just hating on people for no reason. And I was watching your interviews where you say, like, I feel like I'm the one who's always getting hate, like no matter what I do, no matter what I say, like other people can be doing things and I'm always getting hate. Like, how can you, like, what do you have to say to people who feel that way too, who feel so dark and that no matter what they do, like these comments are going to get to them, or what people think of them are going to get to them, or what their mom says about them, what their brother says gets to them? Like, what do you have to say to people like that?
Honestly, I would say what I say to myself all the time, because a lot of times when you get all of that hate, I know it's hard for anybody on the outside who doesn't experience it to understand, because they say, just don't read the comments. Like, what do you care? Or if you know that's not true, why are you upset? But when people are attacking your character or starting rumors or hurting your reputation, that hurts anybody. But what I always remind myself is, especially for women in media, this is almost like a rite of passage. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. There was a time when everybody on the planet hated Ariana Grande. Everybody called her a diva, said that she was this and that. Everybody hated Taylor Swift. Everybody hated Demi Lovato. Everybody hated Melanie Martinez. Like, all of these women who are crushing it. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, like all of these people. Selena Gomez, even she had her moment where everybody was making fun of her, saying that she was going off the rails, or making fun of her relationship or her breakup or whatever. So to me, I just remind myself, okay, I'm not the only person who's ever been in this position. And the fact that people are talking about me means I must be doing something right and grabbing your attention. So I'm just waiting. Eventually it's going to turn and I'm just be like, hi, I'm still here. And don't quit. Like, it's so, so important and so cliche, but still so important. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. And that's why I'm still here. Like, I look back at the last 6-7 years of my career, and there's so many times where I could have laid down and just died, but here I am.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. That's going to help me and a whole bunch of other people that are going to be watching this. Now let's get to questions, because your fans are crazy. They are so about you. They're the best.
They are the best.
All right, let's see. The Lapses show says, ask her about what color she's going to dye her hair next.
Listen, I damaged my hair to absolute hell to get it to platinum. I'm going to be platinum for as long as possible until I shave my head off one day, and then I'm just going to be natural again.
Okay, good. Yeah, I really love the platinum blonde. I think it makes you look edgy and cute and sexy, so keep
or
that.
like a Karen, depending on how we dress it.
No,
right now I'm
no.
wearing rings and like have nails. Like
No. Destiny Riley 2 says, did you think that you were going to get this far? Whatever that means.
Oh, I mean, I guess it depends on where in my life you're asking. If you would have asked anyone anywhere before like 23 years old, I would have said absolutely not. But then after that, I feel like I've always told myself I'm never going to stop. So I'm not surprised, but I'm happy that I stuck with it, if that makes sense.
Yes, that does make sense. Zinity says, what is the overall vibe of your upcoming EP this time next year?
I'm so excited about this album. It has a lot of pop punk elements, but there's also some really theatrical elements. There's a lot of strings. There's a lot of like theater vocals. There's a lot of variety is what I would say. So it really is a roller coaster. With every body of work I put out, I want to make sure there's a lot of colors, a lot of sounds. You're going to hear my voice go a lot of places. You're going to hear the production go a lot of places, but it's all going to be very cohesive in that very nostalgic, pop punk, cool vibe, I hope.
Well, I mean, my nephew, he's 7 years old, and he sings butterflies, butterflies all the time. He loves your butterfly songs.
A lot more of that.
See, I'm from the Bay, and hip hop is a huge part of the Bay Area. Do you plan on like dibble dabbing in like hip hop or trap, or are you just gonna stick to this?
I actually am putting out a spoken word piece, I believe this week or next. I put out a version of it before. It's called Anti-Social Media, and it is a spoken word piece about the dark side of social media, essentially. So that'll be coming out. I don't call it rap, I call it spoken word piece, but it is spoken word to a beat.
Okay, so that's cool. That's lit.
And I also have another song called Sleepyhead that I performed live once. I don't know if it's on the album or not yet. We're going to see. But yeah, I do dabble a little bit in that genre.
Nice. And the last question is, ask her if there's going to be any features on your next album, or is she just going to do the solo?
As far as features, there's none on the album right now, but I'm still totally open to it as I kind of finesse these tracks. So if anybody's out there listening, I'm totally down.
Who would you want to work with? Like, if you can be like, man, I really like this person's vibe. I like this person's sound. Is there anyone that you're like, I would want to work with this person?
I mean, are we talking about like big dreaming vibes?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
I mean, if we're talking like I'm dreaming big, could pick anybody in the world. I hate to sound basic, but DaBaby is one of not just my favorite rappers of right now, but one of my favorite rappers of all time. So I would love to have him. Meg Thee Stallion, I think she's absolutely amazing. Her energy is amazing. Brendan Urie, Panic at the Disco, obviously. I don't know. There's a lot, honestly.
Is there anyone in the YouTube world you'd want to work with music, or you're just like, nah, I'm cool off that?
I don't know. I have to like get more. I mean, if we're talking like Conan Gray, Troye Sivan, absolutely. They started on YouTube. I'm obsessed with Conan Gray right now too. His song Maniac is like great.
Yes. And we play his song Heather too on Wild. It's a new one.
Yeah, that one is really poppin', but have you heard Maniac? I love that song. I sing it all day.
Yay. Okay, cool. So we'll let him know that you so yes, is there anything else that you want to share coming up that we're gonna look forward to other than your book?
I mean, just look out for singles that are leading into the album. Obviously the book's coming out, and besides that, I mean, I don't know. I'm just out here wilding. I don't know.
Wilding on Wild 94.9. Well, Gabbie Hanna, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited to premiere your song, Call Me Crazy, tonight for our Wild 9 o'clock TikTok.
And you're the one who's doing me like a huge favor right now. So thank you.
All right, don't be a stranger. You're going to be with us, to premiere the song tonight. Again, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.